Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw. I'm here at ILTM Con. We're back again after 2 years and the pandemic, and I'm here with, actually, the last time I interviewed her was right here, Joanne Kurtz-Ahlers of Hidden Doorways, and we're going to talk to her about her company and also really the ambiance around here, about being back here. And everybody is pretty much back, let me tell you. Some people didn't come, but a lot of people did, and it's really great to be back again. And yeah, there's the latest COVID variant out there, but boy, people powered through and we're here again. And you're going to find out about all that and more on Insider Travel Report. Joanne, great. First of all, it's great to see you again, back again. I know we missed each other at the last conference, but the last time we had a really good interview was a couple years ago here at this venue. And let's talk a little bit about your company and what's been happening to you over the last couple of years.
Well, first of all, as you said, we're so happy to be back. And I think there's a great feeling in the show that, oh my God, like we're not taking anything for granted, that we are here. We've all been through a lot. We know that, but we just appreciate each other so much more and appreciate that we can see each other. And, you know, it's very, very exciting to be here. It's very invigorating because...
I think it's liberating. It's great. I mean, you and I have been to conferences together in different places, and it's great to be back. But this was kind of one of the mothership conferences that we're all kind of used to, and this is a big one.
It is a big one, and the timing is so great because we're all launching into the next year. It's budget season, it's marketing plans, it's everybody's pivoting their products, new expectations, new markets, new rules, everything. But I think we've all learned to be very, very flexible and very grateful.
Absolutely, we are grateful, and as we were talking before, both you and I have had COVID, so we know what we're dealing with. We have recovered. We're here, and it's great to be here. Let's talk a little bit about Hidden Doorways, your company, and give me a refresher on that. What's going on with your company?
Well, we tend to work with independent properties, DMCs. We do have some properties that are affiliated with different consortia, but basically we work in over 50 countries. So we've really witnessed firsthand all of the, openings and closings and regulations and everything that's gone on firsthand in a lot of places. And, nobody's had an easy time, no matter what country, what state, what property, what type of property. But everybody is recovering. Some people, are having better years than others, and some people are just finally opening up. Right. So I think wherever anyone is in the stage of the process, we all have a lot of compassion for each other.
And I do think that's a sense of a spirit within the travel industry that we're beating this together. We have to be, come together. Some people may be competitors, but it's really, we're so happy to be back and doing what we do. And as you said, you see it firsthand with your own, the people you work with the clients and everything else. But a lot of properties you work with are maybe some smaller hotels. How do they deal with this?
Well, again, everyone's dealing with it differently. Everyone's being creative. Everyone has the same staff issues. Training.
And that's a big issue right now.
It's a big issue, and it's not like one country or one state or one place in the world. It's universally global. People are being very creative in how they recruit staff and bring staff in and sharing ideas. And, everyone is in the same situation.
And that goes for the DMCs too, right?
Oh, completely. And the DMCs and the whole trust issue and the whole experience of how things were handled, during that time. But when I'll be really excited is when all of our destinations are open, whether it's parts of Asia or India.
Yeah, and those parts are still closed. So right now we're facing it, and of course now some of Europe is closing back down, at least for the most recent variant. Now, what is your feeling about next year? I mean, we had the end of this year, and right before this conference, they discovered the variant, and we all got sort of freaked out about it, and yet a lot of people came here. Do you think we're going to sort of blow through this, or do you think we're going to be back, as everybody predicted, strong in 2022 and really strong in 23?
Well, I think everything in the world, when you think about growth, it's never like you just grow and it's like 100% up. Like really when you look at anything, like whatever, the stock market, losing weight, changing something, everything is you go up and you go down a little and then you go up. I mean, all, forms of growth kind of work that way.
It's like Super Mario Brothers, they're like this, and then we keep going up. Eventually, the trend is upward, but we keep having these little blips, and sadly, I think we're just going to have to live with it for a long time.
I think we're going to have to live with it. I think everyone's perspective changes. I mean, for me, having had COVID recently, which I never thought I would have, being vaccinated.
You're a late adopter. I'm sorry. I was an early adopter.
Yeah, I'm a breakthrough case. But now that I've had it, and it's been mild, fortunately, because of the vaccines and not having underlying conditions, it was like a cold. In fact, when I was tested, I didn't believe it because I'm like, I just am sneezing. And now I have a different even perspective on that. Right. I mean, and of course, we have to be very careful, and we're all in masks. I know we're not in masks right this minute, but we've been in masks for days.
Oh, for days. You have to walk around on the floor. You should wear a mask. We're doing interviews, and for that, or when we're eating. But although I got to tell you, some of the events, people are not necessarily wearing masks, but that's fine.
Yeah, well, that's another thing. But the thing is, I think our perspectives are changing, and people are traveling. I mean, right this second, people are taking a bit of a pause, but I think even talking to one of the Norman in Israel that closed the borders, like I didn't even know if he was going to get to the show, but he's here, he's so excited. Really? Yeah, and he feels like, shortly that it's going to reopen. Yeah, I
think that's the thing, when people feel that this go round, that I think a lot of the lockdowns are till the middle of December. We're almost there. We're now December 7th as you're seeing this, but as you'll see this later, but we're here on December 7th, only about a week away from some of the reopenings like Israel.
Yeah, so it's exciting, and I know, for the Norman, they were going to have an 80% month, and right now they're sitting at 20%. So when it opens, I think they'll shoot up, pretty fast. And I think with a lot of destinations, once they start opening, depending on the lift and the regulations and so on, they ramp up pretty fast.
No, and I agree. And of course, now you work obviously with a lot of travel advisors. I know I see you at all the travel, virtuosos and everything like that. What would you tell the travel advisor out there selling luxury travel about how to strategize during this period?
Well, our travel advisors are so seasoned and so smart, and they've been through so much, obviously booking things 3 and 4 times, having to try to keep people traveling or redo the same trips 3 or 4 times. And, I think to be a travel advisor, you have to be really resilient. And
it's a little tough.
It's really tough, and you have to be really positive. And I think that, as a supplier, it's part of our job too to do everything we can to be supportive and to be creative and kind of help strategize when there is a problem in a situation, which all of us are having on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
And trying to, make everything a win-win. I mean, we work on behalf of the hotels, but we also work on behalf of the advisors. So sometimes as a outside perspective, we can also look at everyone's perspective and try to be creative so that, maybe there's a solution we haven't thought of that we can all think about together. And
that's it. One of the greatest things is that we are kind of all working together to solve certain issues like, booking, rebooking. For travel advisors, they're not getting income in many cases right away. A lot of companies have come up with creative ways to either find new sources of income or actually get some commission on the upfront. So that's what we keep seeing. So people are being really creative to create solutions, right?
Right. I mean, I think that's what our industry does so well. I mean, we reinvent. We have problems, we figure out a way around the problems. I mean, I think from this whole experience, we haven't begun to see all the creativity that's going to come out of our industry, and that's really exciting.
Absolutely. Well, Joanne, I want to thank you for taking the time. I know you had a busy schedule here. Everybody's busy. I got to tell you, I'm busy. And it's like ILTM of old, minus a few hotels that are actually shut down, but that's another story. Not because of COVID, because they're getting renovated. But it's been great to be back here. Great to see you again. And let's hope that next year when we have this interview, if not, we don't have it before, we're not going to be always talking about COVID.
That would be wonderful. Let's work on that.
We'll work on that. I'm James Shillinglaw, and we're here in Cannes at the ILTM, and this is Insider Travel Report.